Hello, everyone. I'm North Hempstead Town Supervisor Judy Bosworth, and I, along with our town board, are proud to present At Home with North Hempstead, a series of special programs for children, seniors, as well as entertainment for residents of all ages. I hope you enjoyed this special presentation and check back often for new content. Enjoy a trip with us as we take to the outdoors and celebrate the beauty of nature.
Hi everyone, thank you for joining me in this video. For this project, we're going to be working on some leaf prints, right? We're going to be using some leaves that we find outside. We're going to make prints of them from paint and also from crayons. You can use crayons or oil pastels. And we will also be doing what is called a ghost print. All right, I'll explain more of that soon. And this is what we had with the crayon leaf prints. It's going to be a pretty fun project with printmaking. All right, and all you really need is some leaves from outside, some paint, and yeah. So these are the leaves that I was using right now. Any type of leaves work, but you want to make sure that it has like really good texture to it. The better texture, the more texture, the better. All right, so I've got crayons, I've got some acrylic paint, the primary colors plus white and black, some brushes, and a water cup. You also can use canvas or you can use some watercolor paper and have a couple drawing papers and some leaves that you get from outside. As many leaves as you'd like. I would say at least, like a good 3 different types of leaves will be good, but you can do much more also. All right, and some paper towels. So we're gonna first start out by making the prints from the crayons, okay? So I'm gonna choose just one leaf right now, and I'm kind of just gonna lay it out where I want to on the paper. I think we can actually do 3 leaves at the same time. So you see here, the leaf has 2 parts. This part is smooth, and then the back has like more of a texture to it. You want to use the back part. That's the part that you want to have facing up and the smooth part facing down. All right, you can place the leaf wherever you'd like on your paper. And then I'm going to find a different type of leaf, one that looks pretty different from that one. All right, this one looks pretty good. And then I'm going to do one more. Let's see if I can fit another one in there. I'm going to try one that's very different, that maybe doesn't have that much texture, and I'm going to see if it works. Just to show you like how it works for some leaves who has textures and some leaves who do not have textures. So I'm going to keep it like that. So I have a drawing paper underneath the leaves and I have laid out all of the leaves. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get another piece of drawing paper, or you can use paper towels. I like to use the drawing paper. This could also be like printing paper, and just going to place it over it. All right, going to make sure it's as flat as it can be. And then, yep, then you're going to you can use one color or multiple colors. I'm gonna use about like 3 or 4 colors maybe, um, just to kind of like go over it. So I've got some greens, some yellows, and some blues. And then, well, not blues, my bad. Some red and maybe an orange. All right. And then what we're going to try doing is kind of like feel where the leaf is. Start with one leaf and you're going to take the crayon while you're holding down the paper with one hand, but take the crayon and just move over it. You do want to add a bit of pressure, but just move the crayon over the leaf, right? With adding a good amount of pressure. And then you should kind of like start to see the leaf, like the what is it? Yeah, you basically should start to see the leaf kind of like start to show up, right? You see how we're starting to see the veins and the shapes of the leaf right now. See how it's coming through? It's kind of like magic a little bit, it looks like it, because it's like the leaf is showing up out of nowhere and everything, which is pretty nice. So you would just keep rubbing the crayon over it and the leaf will pop up. All right. So this is one cool way of doing printmaking without using a machine or anything, and you just use a crayon and your hand and the object. And if you want, you can also maybe add another little bit of color to it. This is optional because we kind of do have most part of the leaf kind of done right now. But yeah, this is one really cool printmaking technique that you can use. And this really works well, I guess, with leaves because they have those veins that tend to, like, they're not flat. So that's why when you go over it with the crayon, the veins, it's able to like pick it up and it's able to show through the paper. I really like this technique. So that's one. And then we're going to try another one of the leaves. Okay. This one, I was gonna use a lighter green, but I think I'm gonna use the same green. But same thing, just keep like rubbing it over the leaf and you'll see the lines starting to show. Look at that. That looks so nice. So beautiful. Wow. It's literally just like it is like magically appearing and stuff. Looks so nice. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I'm going to add a little bit of yellow to it and see what happens. I think the yellow looks nice with it. I like it. Right? It really helps to brighten it up a little bit. Looks pretty good. Okay, we can try the other leaf, but I don't think it's going to come out as well as the other ones just because that other leaf doesn't really have that much texture to it. But yeah, you see, like I'm doing it right now, and you're not really seeing much definition. You can see some, but not that much definition. Just to kind of show you that it doesn't work with all leaves, it really depends on the type of leaf, right? It works better with the two leaves at the bottom. That one looks really nice. And I definitely like the one on the bottom right, I would say. It's my favorite so far. Looks good. All right. Oh, I forgot one part of that leaf. I'm gonna continue. All right. I think that's it. I don't know. Let's see. There's like birds tweeting outside and everything. Okay. Yeah, I hadn't finished the leaf. I thought it was done, but it was not finished. Okay. So what you could do with this is after maybe you've practiced doing the leaf prints, maybe you want to make a design using multiple leaves and different types of coloring. You can definitely do that and rearrange the leaves in a cool manner, or to create some other type of design that you wish. Or if you just want to practice with different types of leaves and see how the prints turn out, you can do that also. That might look really good. Yeah, I was just adding a little bit of more color to it to make it a little bit darker, but this is looking pretty nice. Yay. This looks good. And I just got these leaves from outside. I just went to the tree and was walking around and I was like, "Ooh, these leaves look nice and everything." So, I got them. All right. And there you go. And the leaves stay nice and clean and stuff. So that's the print that we made. No drawing. All we did was rub the crayon over the paper that was over the leaf. Right? It looks pretty good. And it also has a bit of texture to it, the drawing itself. Yep. All right. So that is how you can do the leaf prints with crayons. Now, if you do have some paint and you want to do some paint, I'll show you how to do the leaf prints using the same leaves, but this time with paint. All right. just gonna move some stuff around. So for the paint, you want to make sure that you're using acrylic paint. I think timber paint could also be fine. But if you have acrylic paint, also have a good 2 to 3 extra papers lying around. So that way, you'll see why later because it can get a little messy. So have some extra drawing paper lying around. All right. So I'm going to use this leaf again. I liked it a lot. And yeah, I think we can start with it. But I'm going to get another one that has a longer stem. But maybe let's do this leaf. This leaf looks good. So we're gonna make one print that's a ghost print and then another print that's like the original print. So when I do the ghost print, it'll be easier to understand once you see it. So I'm just gonna figure out where I want to place the leaf. Now this paper that is under the leaf, it's kind of just as a way to grab well, not grab, but any extra paint that didn't go on the leaf, it'll just go on the paper. So that way it doesn't go on any other surface. Now you can paint the leaf however way you'd like. Any way is fine. I'm going to use 3 colors. If you want, you can use 1 color. You can use 2 colors. You can use 50 colors. It doesn't matter. If you want to make some kind of design on it, maybe you want to paint a design on the leaf, you can do that also. So I'm going to do, I think, red, no, like blue, red, and yellow. So I'm making the top blue, and then the middle will be red, and then I'll make the bottom yellow. When you are painting, you kind of wanna you wanna add not too little paint, but you also don't want to add too much paint. Um, like you still kind of want to be able to see through the paint slightly, but you also want to move a bit quickly, only because if you don't want the paint to dry, because if it dries, it's not going to work and transfer properly. Okay, so I'm using a flat brush just because it's a bit easier to cover more surfaces that way. Motorcycle. I'm going to go on with the red next. Now red and blue makes purple, so I might get a little bit of purple when I do the print because those 2 colors might end up mixing, so that'll be fun to see. I'm hoping that happens. And just make sure that you are coloring all parts of the leaf. All right, and we're gonna do yellow. So whenever you change colors, please remember to rinse your brush and to dry it and then go in with another color. I think I'm also going to color in I believe it's called the stem of the leaf. So I'm gonna color that in very cleanly. Oh, sorry. There's a fire truck passing by. All right. The red and the yellow might mix a little bit and turn to orange, and that's all right. But here's what we have right now. We've got the paint on the leaf, which is the first step. And now what you would do is you would get another piece of paper. Now this doesn't have to be watercolor paper. It can be just regular drawing paper. But this is the paper that you're going to be printing on. And you see how it already created the shape of the leaf kind of. And very, very carefully grab both ends of the leaf and very carefully place it down, right? And then I would say grab another piece of paper and place that on top of it. Now, I made a mistake because I'm using a paper that already had paint on it. I would recommend to use a paper that's clean with no paint on it. So try to use a clean piece of paper to do that. And you're just going to go over the leaf a little bit and rub it with a good amount of pressure for like a good 10 seconds or so. Okay, just to make sure that the paint transfers and everything. Now, this is the original print, we'll say, and this is where a lot of the paint was on the leaf. So this one will have a lot more paint on it. And this already looks cool, but that's not the print. And then very carefully you would lift it up, right? And there you would have kind of like a bit of the leaf showing through. Now I want to try it again. You can see the veins and everything, right? Showing up. there's still paint on the leaf. So I'm going to make what's called a ghost print, which is where right after you make the first print before then you make another print. And it's called the ghost print because you're using whatever paint was left from the first print for the second print. So that's why it's called a ghost print. Nothing scary about it at all. All right, so I got my other piece of paper, same thing, turn it down. And I'm just gonna use a paper towel this time. And I also have paint on my hand, so it's getting everywhere. But you can just rub it down for like 5 seconds, doesn't have to be too long. Okay, and then we'll kind of see the difference between the ghost print and the original, and maybe you find that you like the ghost prints better than the regular prints. And look at that. Wow. I like the ghost print better. That looks nice. It captured a lot more of the details in the ghost print than the original print, right? Like you can see the leaf clearer and you can see the veins more clearly. And I don't know, I just like it much better in general. So left is the original and right is the ghost print. Now we're going to try this again with 2 more leaves and see if maybe, the ghost print does turn out much better for both of the other leaves. All right, so keep these two paper with the leaf prints on them somewhere nice and clean, and you're going to take the first paper and put a new leaf on top of it, right? And then we're going to paint on it. Now remember, you want to have the side that has the texture. The side that is smooth should be facing down, and the side with the texture should be facing up. I'm going to actually mix some colors on the leaves. So I'm going to mix some orange. So I took some red and yellow and I'm mixing it right on top of the leaf. And I think it's looking pretty well. The leaf is pretty smooth and stuff, so it's easy to mix on top of it. But if you want to do more design things, you can do that. I'm just going to make it a solid color for this one. But you can do something definitely different. All right, I'm trying to paint as much of the leaf as I possibly can. And well, this one was much easier and faster to paint than the other one. But then again, I only did one solid color for that one. So that makes sense. Okay, now you're going to grab the paper that had the original print, right? And you're going to place the leaf wherever you would like. If you want, you can make some kind of little design pattern or anything. I'm kind of just placing them a bit randomly, but place it down on the paper. And then you would you can take another piece of paper or a paper towel and place on top of it for like a good 5 seconds or so and press down. And that's supposed to have the paint transfer from the leaf to the paper, which should give us the image of the leaf. All right, and then very carefully lift up the paper towel and then very carefully lift up the leaf. Very, very gently. Wow, look at that. Okay, so that looks good. As you can see, though, there's too much paint that the veins and everything doesn't show that much, but there's still paint on the leaf. So we're going to try this again on the ghost print paper and see how that turns out. Okay, I'm going to move this, put it somewhere. Bloop, bloop. Get it out of the way, and then we'll do the ghost print right now. All right, I'm just going to press very gently. I feel like the ghost print comes out better just because there's not that much paint on the leaves. So it's a bit easier to capture the details and stuff. That might be why. So it's funny where you actually, or I mean, if you want, you can also just not add too much paint on it. But I always worry that if I don't add too much paint, that the paint will dry very quickly. Oh, wow. Look at that. Big difference, right? And if you want, I mean, you could do like a second ghost print with it. I'm not going to do a second ghost print, but maybe you want to do another ghost print. But the ghost print looks really, really beautiful. It captures a lot of details and stuff. Looks very nice. Okay, we've got space for one more. So we're going to get one more leaf. And this is the leaf we're gonna use the leaf that didn't really show through with the crayon rubbing, and we'll see how it works with paint. All right. I'm not really sure of the name of the leaf, but it reminds me of holidays or something. So I'm gonna use one of them. And yeah, not that one looks, I'll use the other leaf of that one. That one looks like not so good. It looks like a Christmas tree too, that leaf, the way it's shaped and everything. Okay, so remember you want to be painting on the paper where you painted all the leaves first. So I'm gonna move that paper out of the way, and I'm gonna get this paper back, which is the paper that I paint on. Um, and I'm gonna paint. So for the leaf, I think I'm just gonna mix some green on top of it, honestly. So I'm gonna use some blue and yellow, and I'll mix some green. But if you'd like to do maybe like stripes or some other type of design on the leaf, feel free to do that. But this is also a cool way to practice mixing colors. So grab some blue and yellow, and you do want to be very careful with this leaf because it is a bit more fragile. So just be a little bit gentle with it. And you might have to hold the leaf a little bit and just paint around it. Yeah. I feel like this one will work very well though with the paint. Even though it doesn't have that much texture, it has a very interesting shape that I think will stand out a lot with the paint and that the paint will bring out more. So I'm kind of excited to see how this one's going to turn out and everything. Super excited. All right, so you've mixed the green, making sure that I've covered like basically all the parts of the leaf and everything, and it makes the green pretty well, so that's good. Yeah, this is looking very, very nice. Ooh, so excited. And it might also create a print when we lift up the leaf anyway, too. So I've got the paper that has the original prints, right? So I'm going to lift up the leaf and look. Wow, look at that. It already created a print on its own when we weren't even trying to. All right, so place it down somewhere and grab a paper towel or paper and place on top of it. Since this leaf is very fragile, you don't want to leave it down for too long. But look at that, it also went on the paper towel. Oh my gosh. This one prints a lot. Okay, pick it up. Ooh, that's pretty. See, this original print came out very, very nicely. All right, let's try the ghost print real quick and see how that one turns out. Same thing, place it down where you'd wish and press down very lightly. All right, and pick it up. And then I'm hoping the ghost print comes out well because I know I didn't add too much paint on that one. So as you can see, the ghost print on that one, it's like really a ghost print because it just didn't have that much paint left on it. I'm trying to make another one, see if what happens with that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that one didn't have that much paint. So the ghost print wasn't as strong, but you can still see it. But overall, I do like the ghost prints slightly a little better more than the like original prints. And I really love the last leaf because I can really see the details and stuff. So if you'd like, I would say grab some more leaves from outside, grab as many different types of leaves as you can, make prints of them and see how they turn out. This is the original prints you can see. Try using, if you have charcoal, you can use some charcoal, you can use pencil, you can use crayons, paint, yeah, acrylic paint, not watercolor paint. And yeah, try making different prints of the different types of leaves and seeing what happens. But look at this, just on the paper towel, it made its own little print, which looks really cool too. And this is the print from the with the crayons. So you can see the difference when you use different mediums. I think I like the paint a little bit more just because it has um I don't know, it just looks nicer. And there's actually, yeah, I like the paint one bit more, but I also like the crayon. The crayon one was very fast and it still was pretty cool. but the paint one really captures my eye. Okay, awesome. And if you'd like, when you're done, you can definitely make some little cute background design. I like dots, so I'm gonna make a couple bit of dots around the background. And if that maybe that's how you want to finish your piece, you can do that. If you'd want to frame it, that could be very cool. But yes, if you like to paint the background also, or just make some nice little design around it, you can do that. Or if you want to keep printing some more leaves, that's fine too. But yes, I won't make too many dots, just a small couple amount of dots. Nothing too crazy. Okay. But thank you everyone for joining me in this video. I hope that your leaf prints look amazing, and I hope that you keep making more leaf prints and you find new leaves to keep printing. And I hope that you had a good time.